Alright, so I don't know if you guys have heard, but recently, I don't even know if it's recent at this point, man. I'm hella late on this video, but I guess recently another rapper has died. This time around, it was a rapper that went by the name of King Von, who unfortunately passed away. I think some of you guys may know who that is, but some of you also might not, and that's okay. Now, I listen to my fair share of hip-hop, you know what I'm saying? And although I wasn't a religious fan of King Von or anything like that, the songs I had heard from him were all pretty fire. Like Took Her to the O, Down Me, and most notably Crazy Story, which I'd say probably put him on the map. Those are all pretty fire songs. But anyways, King Von was from Chicago, and if you didn't know, Chicago is one of the most dangerous cities in the United States, at least when it comes to gang-related activity. There are some really good videos by this guy called Trap Geek, like King Von, the Soft-Spoken Assassin, and FBG Duck, Chicago's House of Horrors, which both go into more detail about a lot of the crazy gang-related things going on in Chicago, some of which that King Von was a part of when he was alive. I mean, some of the shit going on there is just crazy. So yeah, after you watch this video, go check those videos out. They're really good. Now, that's not really the focus of this video. However, I do want to say one thing before we watch this news video I'm about to play you. So in Chicago, as I said, there are a shit ton of gangs, and King Von was a part of one of the gangs called the Black Disciples, I believe. And then there was also a gang called the Gangster Disciples, which were one of the main rivals of the Black Disciples. Now, I'm not exactly sure who killed King Von, but I think it's very possible that it was one of the people of the opposing gang, although I don't know for sure. But what I wanted to say is that I'm not taking sides or anything like that, just to be clear. I'm not saying King Von was some really good dude or anything like that. I know he had some shady stuff going on, but it still sucks that he's gone, even if you just look at it from a purely musical standpoint. Von was making some dope music, so it just sucks that we really won't be hearing any more from him. It's honestly a shame. Like, that's a pretty big loss for the rap industry overall, I'd say, at least in my opinion. But let's get to the real point of this video, which is this news video I found on YouTube where the announcer just sounds like way too happy commentating over someone's death, like to a point where it almost comes off as disrespectful. Here, let me just play that shit for you.
Now to some other stories we're following tonight. Let's get you up to speed.
Hotel shootout. Atlanta police say two men started shooting at each other outside the Marriott in Midtown on 14th Street.
Alright, just straight off the bat, what the f is this music, dog? I don't know, it's like some upbeat background music, but it's like they couldn't either just cut the music out for this portion or maybe play something a bit more toned down. I don't know, it's just kind of a matter of reading the room. Not literally, obviously, but you know what I mean. Like, you do understand what you're doing, correct? You're making a video about someone who just passed away. Also, why'd they introduce this section, which discusses how a man just got brutally gunned down, with like some football announcer voice exclaiming how a team just scored a touchdown or some movie trailer shit? Dog, there's a time to be making things more dramatic by adding a booming voice, and there are times where you just want to keep it simple and respectful, and trust me, this is one of those times. I don't know, man, I just feel like they could have definitely just used a regular voice, and it would have been so much more fitting for this segment.
It happened about 6:30 this morning. Check out all those bullet holes in the windshield of this car.
Okay, this was the part that really caught my attention the first time around I watched this shit, and this was kind of the reason I wanted to make this video in the first place. Again, why are they trying to play up this man's death to make it like more dramatic or more interesting or something like that? You can do that when you're talking about something, for example, like expensive cars, you know, check out those price tags type shit. But when you're reporting on a man who was shot to death, I don't think you should be using that exact same voice to exclaim how many bullet holes were in the windshield of his car. Look at all those bullet holes type shit. Like, what the f is that? I don't know, man. To me, it just kind of seems like common sense and courtesy to know not to do stupid shit like this, essentially trying to play up or make light of someone's death in this manner. It's just like, come on, bro. Just report on that shit in a normal voice. Like, don't act like you're announcing Fortnite 2 when you're talking about someone's death. Just keep it normal, you know what I'm saying? Because this situation isn't exactly like the fucking Weather Channel. I mean, goddamn, like, I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't be reacting this much to this, but it's just so weird to me. I don't understand it at all. And this comment I found sums up pretty well how I feel about all this shit, if I'm being honest.
Both men survived, but were taken to the hospital. Charged.
Also, just one more thing from me. Why did they choose to edit this video in this way with all these jump cuts and sound effects and shit? I don't know if this news station does this with all their videos. I haven't seen any of them other than this one. But again, it just seems a bit disrespectful to me. Like, they could have just reported on this shit normally like every other news station would have done. But no, they had to be quirky type shit with their whoosh sound effects and transitions. Like, dude, come on. You can just take that shit out. And also, again, with these introductions, charged. Just why? Say it in a normal voice. A man is dead, for God's sakes. I think the whole situation overall just demands a bit more respect. Anyways, that's about all I wanted to say on the matter. I just found it quite weird and absurd the way this news channel chose to make this video about a man who suffered a pretty tragic death. Rest in peace, King Von, man. It's unfortunate for the whole rap game to have lost such a young musical talent that was just rising up in the scene. And no matter your personal opinions on the matter, I think a lot of us can agree that it sucks that we lost him so early. So yeah, I guess I'll catch you guys in the next video, and until then, I'm out.